20 years in the parish in August. Before even I came to Killoe ever, I used to be a supporter of Killoe Football Club, seeing them playing in the county championships through the 1980s and thereabouts, you know.
Here you can see a group of children, boys and girls, getting ready to do some drills. We believe that if children enjoy the sport at this stage, that they're more likely to remain in contact with it and play it into adulthood.
I suppose the great equilibrium, the great balance is they have all the coaches on the one wavelength from a very, very early age. Starting off with the kids there, that they play a particular type of sport, a particular type of game, and there's a transition then as you move on through the grades. You know, it's virtually the same for them at senior level as it is at under 14, under 16, it's the same type of game to play. So there's no remarkable or big change there. So like at underage was virtually, while we were successful at that time, those kids would have all done the same type of training at minor and juvenile level as they were doing virtually at senior level, but just not to the same extent.
Killoe is a great parish for the GAA and it's very well supported. The shed has made a great difference to my life because just 2 years ago I lost my wife and it left me that I was alone at home, and before I retired I was a joiner, so the machines and the joinery is what I did all my life, and the men's shed has given me an extra boost and an extra lift in life.
And Brendan and I go in Bournemouth and they asked me would I play for Killoe and I said I would. So that never, thank God, it was one of the best decisions I made. And I enjoyed my time here and I'm still enjoying it.
Just come up here and put in the time, and then it's great to meet the boys that have a bit of crack. And it's a bit hard to listen to some of them though, but bring the earphones with me that
time.
Well, Killoe GAA means an awful lot to me.
We were brought up playing GAA and we continued playing GAA, and it's in our blood, and that's why I like it.
Just part of my life.
Yeah.
And this man here, John Riley, brought me into this club years and years ago, and I want to give something back.
I suppose GAA to everybody means everything. In all fairness, I think Declan Rowley said one time that if you ever close the gates of the church and the gates of the pitch there, or the doors of the church and the gates of the pitch, we'd really have nothing to go to. So it really means everything.
I suppose when I was young, I used to enjoy going up to Pulleyfad, up to the other pitch and cycling up, and then the pitch moved to me, so it's great. So I was only across the lane from the pitch. So
GAA was an avenue into reconnecting with all these friendships that I hadn't had for 10 years, and I hadn't had a sense of community, and so it was the church and it was the GAA that allowed me to reconnect with everyone and see people.
The Killoe GAA really has meant everything to me from a very early age. From the early 70s I was at Killoe Football Club. All us coming together, training, football matches the weekends, socialising, went away together, so holidays, everything like that. So it meant everything. Then we brought us all together, and as I said before, without it we would never meet as much, and it kept us all together and bonded and all like that.
As a newcomer to the parish, I suppose I clicked with some of the local GAA players.
As a big GAA fan myself, I found Killoe GAA to be absolutely brilliant, community based, and just a brilliant community spirit in Killoe itself. And the GAA is probably the main part of that.
Most people in rural Ireland, the GAA is very central to our lives. It's central to our community, it's central to our parish. It's a very uniting force, it's a force for good in our area, and it promotes all things positive in a healthy, child-friendly atmosphere.
I think it's great to have something to look forward to outside of school hours. So it's a focus away from the subjects that they're doing every day in school, and it's a breakaway and it's healthy for mind and body.
Just to enjoy themselves, and it's not always about winning.
Very young age, I've been involved in the Killoe Club since I was 6-7 years of age. It was a fantastic outlet to both socially and from the sporting perspective to work with other kids and spend time with other children, learn the sport, learn the skills of the game. It allows you as you're going through school then, when you're playing schoolboy football, and the community spirit, playing under 14, playing under 16, playing minor right up to senior and junior level. So it's just really the involvement of the club and having that togetherness and having that unity within the environment of a parish.
We've got great enjoyment of playing our football with our friends from primary school right up through secondary school and on into third level. There's a great camaraderie between us and a great slagging and banter, and I suppose there's a great sense of belonging.
The value of the GAA Club is that it is a community hub. It's a focus for everybody in the community, including new people who move into our parish. And we want to be able to welcome new members to our parish, and in doing so help them to settle in, but also if they want to become involved, that we will be open and welcoming to them.
When we first moved down in 2012, Killoe won the county final, and they went on to I think it was the quarterfinals or semi-finals of the club championship. So it was all green and white everywhere throughout the parish, so it was good. It's good spirit around the place, and you could feel it, the community everywhere,
I think the most important thing is that they're all treated equally. I mean, I think constructive criticism is good as well, but that it's given in the right context. In that, and I have often seen it when they say hard luck, good try, but hard luck, whereas a negative thing would be like, oh for God's sake, so I think it's good for kids to get constructive criticism. You can't keep them in cotton wool either, and I know when the lads have come home and had a bad game, I think it's good that they can reflect on it.
Hi Eve. Tá Club Gaeilge agaí an seo agus is club lán na sprí le sport agus Gaeilge, cúpla focail an seo an siúd. Tá Cína an seo mar bháil an club agus an daithnín an club le Cína. Agus cad dhéanann tú sa club de gná. Sin hell agus an mín seans agus cúpla chuirta sin amháin go chéile. Se, an bhá. Agus tá sé oscailte go gachtaine ó aon ís agus ní caithfidh tú pelle imirt is rud Ferbian on Crosta Frosta ó hé Ceoda, Gaeilge agus Spree of went as on club and shot limb. Come on.
No, definitely. Like the one thing I'd say when I started playing music first, the GAA were the kind of ones who said, well, you should go and do scoring, you should go and do this, that and the other. And they kind of gave me the first start to go and start playing music. And the great thing about it is too, they follow you, they really do stick to you the whole way out. Like for everything I've ever been in, the Killoe crowd have always followed you. They're a really passionate group of people, and they'll always help you out no matter what you need. So it's huge and absolutely massive.
I'm involved with them for a number of years, and I just love doing it. You know, meeting people, talking about it, giving out about the team. Sure that we give them lots of stick, like, you know, especially after last weekend. I was disgusted.
GAA is in Killoe, and it's like even in school, from school level, it's you know, really an important part of life for all the kids. And I grew up with it myself, and I wasn't very good at it, so I kind of turned my hand to score and stuff. And it's wonderful now to be able to give back to the community and help out and make, you know, I've been with the girls since 5th class, and we've really become great friends and like a little family, and it's great to see them have blossomed into such amazing people. And yeah, it's wonderful to be able to help them expose their talents and show the world.
The GAA is a network really, and so while we all come together for the games and that, socially it's still it's hugely important from a social point of view and a network point of view and a community point of view. And a very high percentage of families in the parish will come through some of the clubs, the ladies club, the minor club, onto the senior club. So if there's any issue or whatever, there's always a big network of people who are ready and willing to help somebody out that needs a bit of help at that particular time. And so it's a network, and it's a network that works very well.
GAA, well, it's pretty much part of everything we do, definitely as a family. So my brother, sister, my dad's a referee, my mum is involved in the club as well, so it's very much part of everything we do every day. What it means for me is it's basically like everything I do every day. It involves like meeting my friends in the GAA, and for my family, as I said, there's a whole load of kind of the whole buzz around when matches are coming up, especially in championship. It can get a bit tense in the house. So yeah, I suppose it's just the enjoyment, and it's meeting people, and it's kind of getting out and getting just exercise as well. One girl in particular, well, a couple of girls, but one has been playing literally from when she was my age as well, and the two of us are as close, and only for that we wouldn't have met. She's now going to be my bridesmaid on my wedding day, so literally only for GAA we definitely wouldn't have met. So it's just friendship along the way that you can meet people.
Both my memories of GAA, probably as a young fella growing up, it was the only outlet we had was the GAA and our local football pitch and meeting up. There's no such thing maybe as TV wasn't as big a thing years ago with us, and maybe not with now with PlayStations and stuff like that. We didn't have that, so our outlet to meet friends, especially in summertime, was our GAA pitch. That's the only opportunity we had. The mobile phone things wouldn't have come in at that stage, so it was on our bikes down to maybe at that stage was Cullyfad. Now after that was Clonee, and that's where we went. That was our social outlet at that stage, growing up really.
Community in GAA brings an awful lot of people together. It's where a lot of people congregate to meet and make friends, and they're long-term friends for people in the club and outside the club, and it goes further away because we see there where New York won, Longford won the championship for the first time in the history of. So it means an awful lot to them people that go away and have travelled in this world.
Well, it's like that, it's the community. It starts off probably with youngsters coming down, getting involved, and then you see the parents are involved, and they're involved for years while children are young, and then as they grow up they're involved as we are now at the other end of it, off the pitch side of it.
GAA is basically the heart of a parish. It's the focus of the parish, it's what brings the parish together. It's just hard to really define it. It's just something that you can't put your finger on, But it involves young and old. I mean, even just out there this evening on a wet evening, there's children, there's older people, there's everybody is out there watching that match, that under 14 match, you know, and there's girls training. It's just that indefinable something that maybe it's the Irish thing, and it's part of our identity.
Unique in Longford in that we run an annual dinner dance, and a lot of the dinner dances, and particularly GAA dinner dances, died a death over the last 10 or 12 years. But Killoe has survived and has prospered, in fact. You know, and those years that we mightn't have had that massive success, but the dinner dance was always a success, and that's a sort of a marker of the amount of commitment by the ordinary members within the club, you know.
The GAA as a whole means an awful lot to every family, especially in, you know, with such a community-based outfit here in Killoe. You know, it's everything revolves around the football, kind of, which is great. From an early age, like, you know, everything, it's all about confidence and building confidence from young age, from under 8s, under 10s, you know, right through to senior.
Well, it's just community. I think one thing GAA encompasses everybody. So we were at school, our friends might be footballers, but they ended up being, you know, organising, or there's nobody left out. Not like, you know, you see other countries where you're either a sports person or you're not.
Yeah.
There's a room for everybody in GAA, whether you're playing or you're not.
We should emphasise how important the community in Killoe has been in the football. Like, football is heart and soul, it's loved so much, but the community is what has delivered. I mean, the local businesses, the school club link has been vitally important, and how the principal in the school, Colm Hart, has developed the kids at a very young age, and then joined very strongly with the school or the club, and we have a very vibrant then Myra club that works then on with the kids. That link has been vital. The community in all its aspects, the businesses have supported the club in all its fundraising activities, and that's also a vital part of the whole parish and the community that made not just the minor club but the senior club such a successful club in Longford.
Personal, I suppose, is that my mother passed away earlier this year, and when there was stewarding to be required for the house and at the church, it was the football club that came calling first to kind of to organise those things, and just did it by themselves without burdening our family, I suppose, that we were grieving at the time, and that it was appreciated.
I think one of the big words that I think it's a buzzword to an extent, but I don't think it's been used enough, is resilience. And I think when you're involved with football, you do lose and you do win, and sometimes the losses builds that resilience within you. I think sometimes we're a little bit fragile now, the young generation, and they have to learn that things will go wrong, and you just got to get up and go again.
My role as the Children's Officer is to be a source of contact for young children, for parents, coaches and committee members.
Back in the early 90s I was playing with an outside club because the club didn't exist in Killoe, and we were very, very strong. We had no opposition, so I kind of got fed up of that, so I decided to come back to Killoe and get a club up and running. So it was great with the help of a few parents. I got the kids involved. It went from strength to strength. Now, unfortunately, I got injured after 2 years and I had to pack it in myself. But thankfully, the club has continued right through to today and has gone in leaps and bounds. Absolutely brilliant.
I think I started out playing when I was 12 with Killoe Ladies. I actually started playing with Bannalee, and we had no club in Bannalee. So I actually recall the night Pat Doherty and John Doherty actually approached me to play for Killoe along with Gary Fenlon. So it all started from there. So I played from I was about 12, and I only retired from the club, and it was from last year actually. So yeah, so very fond memories of the club.
How important was Killoe Ladies to your life?
Growing up, Killoe Ladies was a massive part of my life. To be honest, it developed me as a person, and it developed me as a player. And most of all, I actually made a lot of friends here in Killoe. come to training every night, you'd always meet girls and you'd have the bit of crack on and off the field, which was more important than anything. So the camaraderie growing up here in Killoe was massive, and it was a massive influence in my life.
The friends you made and you met your husband through GAA, traitor, you tell.
Yeah, no, I suppose I would be called a traitor, considering our biggest rivals that I married into. Yeah, I suppose I met my husband John through GAA as well. So yeah, I was a member of the Clongish parish, but I'd be gladly, you'll know that I'm actually after moving back to Killoe. So we're delighted to just move back in the last week. So. Happy days, but yeah, it was it. And GAA is great. It's been fantastic. This club is fantastic. I'm not even from Killoe. I was from Banley Parish, and to be honest, I've always found Killoe being so opening and so welcoming here to me and to all the girls that came from Banley. And to be honest, it's a fantastic club. It has achieved so much from underage right up to senior level. It's a credit to themselves and to the people of the community here in Killoe.
I've played the game for many years, and coming near the end of the time probably hang up the boots and wanted to stay involved. So refereeing was one of the ways to keep involved with it, and to keep fit as well and stay active. And again, going back to the community thing, you're staying involved in something you love, so refereeing is a way for that.
As it's very well interlinked between the parish, the school and the club. It has developed a huge bonding over the last number of years. I suppose the fact that we came from small beginnings, from a rural parish, when we started off in a minor club, we had only 9 juveniles, and now we're fielding teams in every grade of football, and we have huge numbers. We had to amalgamate for a few years early on, but we've got over that hurdle, and now we have one of the best minor clubs and senior clubs in the county, in the county. And hopefully we can reclaim our crown in a couple of years' time, because we have very good underage footballers coming through, between under 14, under 16. Our minor team is excellent this year. There's a lot of hard work going in the club, tremendous work by everyone, every manager that looks after the underage. They need huge credit and support. But it all starts in the national school under our principal, Colin Hart. That was the big changing point for us, come back so many years ago. When the school became one school only in the parish. We had 3 or 4 different schools, but when they all amalgamated into one school, football really took off in the parish.
There's no way a family would ever book a holiday during the championship season or during the league season. Only when you were knocked out or when you had won would be the only times that ever a holiday booked. And that was, I'm playing football, Jesus, 40 years. And that's the way it was, always is. That's what the GAA is. There's a passion in this parish for football. Everything revolves around the football, family life, your work life, everything just revolves around the football, and there's an outstanding community here. One backs up the next, from ground roots the whole way up.
GAA in our house is very important. My first memories probably are playing with my brothers and sisters and my dad, and there was a lot of broken windows. We used to kick the ball up on the roof, and particularly over the kitchen and the bathroom. So if Mommy happened to be in the kitchen or the bathroom, she could have got a ball through the window. So we started in the school, and it was very connected between the school, the community centre, the church and the football club. They're all very interlinked, and I nearly can't remember my life without it.
I love the interaction with the kids and the coaching, and I coached for years here at underage and the girls and football in general. I love meeting people and I love refereeing. It's a great crack. You get to know so many people.
Well, to me, it's the heart of the community. It brings everyone together. It's a way of getting togetherness in the parish. In the last few years, we've been lucky to win 3 senior championships, and that has brought a great togetherness in the community. And it's clear to see within the school here that the numbers are definitely at a high, and people are enjoying playing football. Well, to me, it's very much, it's all about inclusivity, and here at St. Teresa's National School we try to provide that and cater for that. There's great coaches in the school and many great volunteers, and it's important that there's 40 children, and obviously 15 can only play, but we have in-school, in-house blitzes which accommodates children to develop their skills and make them feel a part of the team.
The Skills Academy has been developed player, and it makes it much easier to improve.
Well, I learned how to catch high balls, and I learned how to solo with my weak foot.
Hi, Paul Rowley here in New York. The GAA means an awful lot to me. It did as a young fella growing up in Ireland. It gave me the basic fundamentals of life, the willingness to win, and to strive on, and to push hard. And it's no different living here in New York. For us immigrants, the GAA gives us a foundation, a bond to be together, and also to remember our culture back in Ireland. We wish you the very best of luck for New York.